Now we continue with the D's. 淡 is bland, lacking salt. 淡，他做菜太淡了。Usually when it's a colloquialism to add the 了。他做菜太淡了 is what you would say, not just 他做菜太淡 and then like there's no like finish to the sentence. 他做菜太淡了 The dishes he cooks are not salty enough or not flavorful enough. 淡水湖 freshwater lake. 这杯茶太淡 This cup of tea is too weak. 淡绿 is a pale green. 淡季 is low season, slack season. So like construction may not go on during the winter season, so it would be 淡季. Next, 蛋 an egg. 蛋白 is the egg white. The word protein is also 蛋白. 蛋黄 is the egg yolk or the egg yellow. 蛋黄. 蛋糕 cake. 当 it's to be, the act of taking a role of. 当老师 is to be a teacher or work as a teacher. 当 is also when or whilst, it's a denotion of time. 当的时候 when something, the time when. 当我到的时候 when I have arrived at a location. 他已经走了 He had already left. 当场 it's right then and there, on the spot. 当场被抓到了 He was caught red-handed. 当代 contemporary, the present age. 当地 local. 当地时间 it's local time. 当今 now, at present, nowadays. 当年 that year, the former year, in those years. 当前 present, current, at present. 当然 of course, naturally. 当时 at that time. 当时当心 to be careful, to look out. So you see like the silence that says attention or like Entschuldigung in like German. This is caution, or if you tell somebody, hey look out, it's 当心. That's what the word is for. Next word. 挡 to stand in the way of, to bar or block. 挡住道路 to bar the roadway. 党 political party. There's no difference between standing in the way of and a political party. 党党员 party member. 当 treat as, regard as, equal to, think that, take it to be that. 当年 or also 当年 当作 to consider as, take as. It's really 当作 I don't know why they have this as 当作. 当作 is to pretend something is something or to consider something as something. Something like, 我把她当作我妹妹一样亲. I consider and make her that form because she's as close to me as my sister. Okay, 我把她当作姐妹. I consider her or to pretend she is my sibling or my sister. Okay. 我把她当作姐妹. Okay. 刀 a knife, sword or razor. 刀子is usually a little bit smaller. So 一把长刀 is a long knife. Okay. 刀子 is typically a penknife or something a little bit smaller. 切菜刀 is what you use to cut vegetables or food. 菜 is vegetables. Now, 岛 is an island. To fall is also 倒, but it's different character. 他倒在地上了. He fell to the ground. Okay. 倒 is also to collapse or to be overthrown. Or in business terminology, to go bankrupt. So a business that 倒 is a business that goes bankrupt. 倒闭 is to go bankrupt. 倒霉 is unlucky. Bad luck. Okay. 到 is to arrive, to reach. Often used to with 去 or 来. 去 is to go, 来 is to come. Okay. 到 去 or 到 来. 到伦敦去 is to go to London. 到北京来 is to come to Beijing or Peking. Use and other verbs to indicate successful attainment. Okay. 到 to manage. Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay, so you would have something like 看不到. You cannot see or 听不到. 不到, how do I describe this? To be unable to. So you can 看不到, you cannot see. 听不到, you cannot hear. 做不到, you cannot do it. To be unable to. 他没买到. He was unable to buy it. 一天到晚 is a phrase that describes the whole entire day until nighttime. 一天到晚 usually it's used when you're complaining. It's like simply like 他一天到晚看电视 would be like he's watching TV the whole entire day. 一天到晚 it's an emphatic of the whole entire like day, and so it's usually to express displeasure at somebody. 一天到晚. So when if you liked that your child was doing homework the whole entire day or reading the whole entire day, then you wouldn't say 他一天到晚看书. Okay. You wouldn't say it in that sort of way because there's usually some sort of complaint regarding 一天到晚. There's an impatience associated with the phrase. The meeting lasted until 8 o'clock. 会议只开到8点钟. 会一直开到8点钟. 会 is a meeting. 一直开到 the amount of time. 一直 is like until. 一直开到 until, and it was functioning until, it was lasting until 8点钟 8 o'clock. Okay. 到处 in all places, everywhere. 到达 to arrive or reach. 到底 after all, really, in the end, at last, finally, to the end, to the finish. Or you can use it in a question form, which is 你到底想要做什么? What do you really want to do? 你到底想要做什么? Okay, next. 倒 is to pour out. Dump, reverse. 倒车 is to reverse a car. 挂到了, 挂倒了. So there's 倒 and then there's 倒. 挂倒了 is to, if it's upside down, it's 倒. Okay. The word upside down is 倒. Pronounced 倒. 挂倒了. It's not 挂到了. 挂倒了. Okay. Even though it says it's that, it's 挂倒了. It's an error on page 36. 道士 used in a question to find out the fact of a matter. 道士 It's like, really? 你道士去不去? Are you really going to go or not? 道 is a roadway, path, or a method. 道教 is Taoism. Okay. 道德 is morality, ethics. 道德 So if you say like 你没有道德的鬼东西, it would be like you immoral SOB or something. Like that's what it would be. 道教 again, Taoism. 道理 is principle, sense, reason. If you say 有道理, it means that makes sense. 道路 road, causeway. 道歉 apologize. 的 very common word. It's a position, typically, or something associated with another, the subject. Okay, so it's 学校的规定. It's 学校 is school. 的规定 规定 is the rules. Okay, so the rules of the school is 学校的规定. So it's almost like the apostrophe. Schools, regulations. Okay, schools, apostrophe. It's almost like the apostrophe. You can think of it that way. 学校的规定. 妈妈的书. 美丽的姑娘. It's beautiful lady or beautiful girl. 美丽 beautiful 的姑娘. It's beauty's girl. 他买的书 the books he bought. 红的是我的. Okay. Red, it's something. Okay. Red, and it's something that's red, right? 红的 it's 红的 the thing that's red. 是我的 mine. Okay. The red thing is mine. 红的是我的. It's whatever it is. It's just that red one is mine. 他说的不好听. What he said was not pleasant, or is not pleasant to the ears. 是哒哒哒的. 我是昨天到的. Okay, now here's a different word, which is also the, but it's a different character altogether. It's used between two verbs to indicate possibility. Note that the first verb indicates the action while the second indicates a possible result or attainment. 搬得动，搬得动 sorry 搬得动 to be able to lift or move it 搬得动 is to lift up and move 搬做得到 is to be able to do it in expressions like these the possibility is negated by the use of 不 in place of 的 thus the expressions 搬不动做不到 means to be unable to move and to be unable to do. It's used between a verb and an adjective or clause to indicate degree or extent. 跑得快 to be able to run fast. 病得很厉害 to be very ill. 累的头痛 to be tired to the point of having a headache. Used in an active form to advise someone strongly against doing something. 说不得 okay 说不得 means you really cannot do that. You really cannot say that. 说不得 okay 干不得 means you cannot do it. 吃不得 you cannot eat it. Mustn't cannot say something or do something or eat something. Okay. 得 also the same character. To get, have, obtain when used with 不得 is to disallow or to prohibit. 得到 is to obtain or receive, gain. 得罪 is to offend. Now, next. 地 is ground. Okay. Or that's odd. I think this is also another D is ground. The word is ground. 匆忙的进来. 匆忙的进来 should have gone to the earlier character with the second 的. 匆忙的进来. Because it's 匆忙, that apostrophe, 的进来. It's the connector. Okay. Next. 德国. That error was on page 38. 德国, Germany. 德文 is a German language. 德语 is also the German language. So 德文 is written. 德语语言 is just spoken language. Okay, 得 is have to or must. 学生得念书. Students must study. Required. 买这本书 买这本书 It's missing a character here. I don't know what they're trying to say. 要付的多少钱 Yeah, it's missing a character here. Next. 灯 Lamp or lights. 点灯 is light lamp. To get aboard is to 登 mount or ascend. Okay. 登陆 is to land on shore, to disembark. 登报 is to print in a newspaper. 登记 register. Okay. Next. 等 to wait. 等等 to wait a moment. 等待 is to wait for. 等候 is to wait for. Same thing really. 等待 is like you want to wait. You waiting for something you want. 等候 is almost like not as much of what you want. 我等待你 It means I'll wait for you. But you wouldn't say 我等候你. Okay? You 伺候 it has like a connotation to the character. 伺候 is to, again, to serve somebody. As somebody who's an inferior, to serve somebody. 伺候, okay? 等候 is to wait on someone in that sort of sense. So you wouldn't 等候 somebody you want to see, for instance. 等于 to be equal to. 凳子 stool or bench. 低楼 低头 it's above your head. 低 is drop, it's the water drop. 低的确 is indeed. 的确 indeed, really. 敌人 enemy. 底下 under, below, beneath. 桌子底下 under the table. 地 the ground. 地步 your condition, your situation. 他落后到这个地步 means he's become a very wretched, he is now in a wretched state. 这个地步落后 is to fall or to degrade to. Okay. 地带 region. 地点 location. 地方 place. Or 地方 is also local. 地理 is geography. 地面 is the Earth's surface or ground. 地球 Earth, globe. 地区 district, area. 地铁 the subway. 地图 map. 地位 social position or status. 地下 is underground. So the basement would be called 地下室, 室 meaning a room. 地下室. Okay, next. 地震 earthquake. 地址 address. 地主 landlord. 弟弟 younger brother. 低 is to hand over or pass, usually over something. 低 okay. 第一次 the word is 第一次 okay, it's the first time. 第一名 is first place. 第二天 the second day. 第几课 is which lesson. 颠倒 is to reverse, invert, turn upside down. Modeled, confused, upside down. 颠倒. So if your schedule is reversed from what everybody else's schedule is, so if you're working like night shift, right, then your 时间颠倒, your time schedule has like flipped, inverted. 点 so dot, drop, or speck. Or the decimal point. 3.6 referring to hours on the clock. 3点钟 is 3 o'clock. Or the next 2 points would be 下面2点. The next following 2 points. 点 meaning your points in an argument or suggestion or list. 点菜 is to select dishes from a menu. 点灯 is a light lamp. also connotes slightly. So好点儿,大点儿,小点儿. It's like good, large, or small. Better, bigger, or smaller. Okay. Next, 点名. Tick roll call. Check names on a list. Or to mention by name. 点头 is nod the head. 点心 light refreshments, pastry, snacks. Okay, now electricity is 电. Okay. 电宝 is kilogram. 电冰箱 refrigerator. 电车 is a trolley or tram. 电灯 is an electric light. 电风扇 is electric fan. 电话 is telephone. 电脑 is computer. 电视 is a television. 电视台 is a television station. Whereas a 电台 is a radio station. Okay, 电视台 is a TV station. 电台 is just a radio station, so they didn't have to use the word radio, which is 收音机. 电梯 is elevator. 电影 movie or film. 电影院 is the cinema or movie theatre. 电子 is electronics. Dian is a store, shop, inn, or hotel. Diao is to pull by rope, hanged or suspended. 他是吊死的 means that they were hung to death, like somebody hung themselves, or 吊死 is to hung. 钓鱼 is to fish. 调 is also a melody or tune. Okay. And when you're talking about rotating troops away or to transfer troops, it's to 调. Okay. 调查 is to investigate. 掉 is fall down, drop, come off. 失去卖逃忘念扔擦. All these can be followed by 掉. So, 去掉 is to erase. 卖掉 is just to sell. 忘掉 is to forget. 灭掉 is to extinguish a fire. 扔掉 is to toss away. 擦掉 is to erase something. Okay. 去掉卖掉掉过头来掉过头来 is to turn your head. 掉过头来调换 is to exchange. 跌 is to fall. 跌倒 is to fall down. Okay. 顶 is a top, summit. 顶头 is the furthest, most extreme top. 顶好 is the best. Okay. 定 is to staple or oh wait, that's the other one. Oh, sorry. 定 is like definitely, certainly. 一定 is calm, stable. 定正剂 is 定正 is to make calm. Okay, 定正剂 is something, a medication you take that will calm you. Decide, fix, settle. 定期 is to set a date or regularly. 定 is to make an agreement. 订婚 is to become engaged, a staple. Make a contract. 订合约 to order a magazine. 订杂志杂志订杂志订杂志订房间 is to book a room. 丢他丢了一件东西 He lost something. Okay. 东 is east. The direction east. 东东西南北 those are the other directions. 东 is east. How I remember that? I don't even remember that. 东西南东西南北 So we put usually in English we say north, east, west, south, right? So because we remember the compass starting from the north, which is interesting because in Mandarin they start with the east. 东西南北 I guess you could remember that because the language is in the east, that they start in the east. So 东西南南边 south 北 丢他丢了一件东西 lost something. 丢 is to toss aside. Okay. Next. I just went through that already. 东北 Northeast Manchuria, the three provinces of Heilongjiang, Yiling, and Liaoning. 东方 East, the Orient. Okay. 东南 is the southeast. 东西 is a thing. 买东西 is to go shopping, to buy things. Or somebody says something like 你是什么东西 it's an insult. It's like you're not even a thing, meaning you're, let alone a person is the implication. 冬天 is the winter. 懂 to understand. 懂得 understand or to know. 懂行 to know a business, to be experienced in a profession. 懂事 to be sensible, wise, and mature. Usually it's used in a maturity measurement for younger people. So if you say somebody 他12岁不过他很懂事 you say he is 12 years old but he's very mature 懂事 sensible and wise. 动 to move, start, action, stir, arouse, use. 动静 is some sort of movement. Usually it's some sort of activity that starts from something that is having no activity. So 有什么动静 what kind of activities are there? 动力 power, driving force, motive or impetus. 动人 is moving or touching. It means you're personally moved. 人 is a person. So if 动人 it means it moves people. 动身 is to embark on a journey or to set off or to start. Okay, 动身 again. Let's describe when you start on a journey. And so somebody would ask you, 你什么时候动身? Like if you're meeting at a specific location, like you're meeting in a faraway location, they wanted to ask you when you were leaving, they would ask you, 你什么时候动身? Next, 动手 to start, to make a move, to raise a hand to fight or hit, touch. 请勿动手 means don't touch. 动物 animal. 动物园 zoo. 动员 mobilize. I don't think that's right, but this is on page 42. We'll check that later. 动作 action or movement. 冻 freeze. 冻死 is to freeze to death. 洞 a hole or cave. 栋一栋大厦 so it's article for the building. 一栋大厦 it's the article that describes the building. 一栋 it's the one and then building. The count. 都 okay. 他们都很好 they're all well. They're all well, and it's all or both. 都是为了赚钱 or it's all for money. 都是 it's all for. Okay. 都不他们都不会唱歌 None of them can sing very well. 他们都不 oh wait, that's just why did they do it twice? 他们都 yeah, there's a repeat here. Why is there a repeat on page 43? So yeah, there's a typo on page 43 because it's repeated. Somebody repeated it, I think. 你什么都会 You can do everything. You know how to do everything. 会 is can do or is capable of. 什么都没做他什么都没做 He hasn't done anything. 谁都知道 Everyone knows. Or it's implicit of you're an idiot because everyone should know that. It's 他谁都知道 It's like this is common sense. 谁都知道 It's like anyone would know. It's not just everyone knows, it's anyone would know. 谁都知道谁都不穿这种衣服谁 anyone 都不 It means nobody does. Nobody does. 谁都不穿这种衣服 okay. 这个问题Oh, it's 连这个问题他都不懂 He can't even understand this kind of question. Okay. 他衣服都没洗 He didn't even wash his clothes. Okay. 都 Okay. 斗争 struggle, fight, strive, struggle, combat. 豆腐 tofu, a bean curd. 逗 is to tease. Okay. 逗留 is to stay for a very short time. 独立 is to be independent, to become independent. 这个国家独立了 This country became independent. 那个孩子很独立 That child is very independent. 独生 single, unmarried. 独生女 is the only daughter. 独生子 is the only son. 独自 alone. Next. 读 is to read. Typically to read out loud. 读大学 study at university. 读书 is to study or read books or to attend school. 读者 reader. 堵 is to obstruct, block. 肚子 stomach or belly. Next. 度 is degree, it's a measurement of temperature. 零下3度 is 3 degrees below zero. 摄氏 is Celsius. 华氏 is Fahrenheit. 摄氏华氏 32华氏度 is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Occasion, time, spend, pass. Okay. 度过 is to spend or to pass. 度过这个长久的夜晚 it means to pass this really long and lengthy evening. Something that feels really long and lengthy. 度过 typically it's how it's implied that 度过 is something like arduous or something that is lengthy or feels long. 渡 when talking about the body of water, it means to cross over. So you 渡河 or 渡江. 渡河 is to cross over the river. 渡江 is usually over the Yangtze River, the Changjiang. Or 渡海 is to cross over the ocean. 度过困难时季 is to get through a difficult time. 度过困难的时季. Okay. 端 means of a long narrow object, the end or the end point. Hold something level with the hands. 端 我端了一个很大的盘子. I raised a very large plate. 端午节 is the Dragon Boat Festival. It falls on the 5th day of the 5th month of the lunar calendar. 5th day, the 5th month of the lunar calendar. 短 is short length. 短处 is a shortcoming. 短期 short term. 段 is a segment, a section. 断 is to break or cut off. 断定 is to conclude or to decide or judge. That's a useful word. 断定 断断续续 intermittently. 锻炼 This is a spelling. It's supposed to be an E, not an A. 锻炼 to physically train. Next. 堆 is the heap. 一堆东西 a pile of things. 队 is a team or group. 队伍 troops, ranks. 队员 is a member of a team. 队长 is the captain of the team. 对 is correct, accurate, right. 对我生气 it's anger towards me. Somebody's angry towards me. 对这件事的看法，看法 your views. 对 is towards. 对 is towards 这件事 this matter. Your views of this matter. 苏格兰对英格兰，苏格兰，英格兰，苏格兰对英格兰 is Scotland versus England. 窗户对着花园 The window faces the garden. 对我来说 In my view, or as far as I'm concerned, 对比 contrast, compare, comparison, contrast, ratio, correlation. 对比对 is like opposing. 对不起 to let someone down. And when you say 对不起 it's a apology. Or if you say 你有什么对不起他的事 it's do you have something where you ought to be sorry towards that other person? 你有什么对不起他的事吗 Okay. 对待 is to treat, handle, or deal with. 对方 is the other party, opposite side. 对付 to deal with. Sometimes 对付 is in an aggressive stance of to manage something in an aggressive way. 对付，你看我怎么对付他。对付 is to manage by using force. Like if somebody attacks you and then you have to 对付他, it means you have to similarly use force. 对话 is a dialogue. 对面 is your opposite. 对面的房子 it's a house across the street. 对面。对象 is your significant other, a partner. 对于 with regard to. Okay, now a ton is 吨，一吨。Now 吨 it means to squat. Or 吨 is which is another character. It also means a meal. I think they actually have another Area 45. 吨 is ton, which is actually the fourth accent. 多 many. Okay. 50多元 over 50 yuan. 多了3英镑 3 pounds extra. 英镑 is pounds. To indicate degree or extent in comparison, much of a great deal. 今天天气多好，好多了。Okay, 多好 means really good. 好多了 is an improved. Okay, so there's a difference between 多好. 多好 is just an explanation that is good. Okay, 好多了 it means it's improved. Now, 年龄多大了 means how old are you? 多大年龄多大岁数 same. 年龄跟岁数 are pretty much the same of inquiries of age. 多大的房间 How big is the room? 多大的鞋 What size shoes? In comparisons, after a verb expressing a large extent, means much or a lot. 好多难多好笑的多 Much funnier. 的多 is just increased or improvement. Next. 多么 to exclaim about the high degree to which an action is done. Such. 你父母多么爱你呀 Your parents love you so much. You can say that also in a sarcastic sort of manner. Typically, if it's an Asian cultured person, particularly I think in areas outside of China, because in China they're very cheesy because they'll call their spouses 爱人, which is the love person, like 爱人. It's literally like it's very cheesy, like to say your 爱人 is your like romantic partner. So if you said, oh, here's my husband, right? Okay. But you said, oh, and that's the equivalent in China, which is, here's my 爱人, 这是我的爱人, which really translates to like romantic partner. It's like, do you really want to go that route? It's like, that's how they describe it. So we don't talk about love directly. Maybe Chinese people in China do, but Asian Americans don't really. 多少 How many or how much? 多少人多少天多少本书多少公里 How many people, days, books or kilometers? To indicate an uncertain amount. How many? How much? 我不想知道他有多少钱 I don't want to know how much money he has. 多数 Majority or the most. 多余 is a surplus, extra or excess. 夺 is to snatch or to seize by force. If you 夺了他的爱人, then you have stolen or nudged, the romantic partner away from them and toward you. 夺取 is to seize by force. 朵 is indicator of flower, so 一朵花 is one of a flower versus 一匹马 which is one horse, or 一艘船 which is one ship. 躲 is also to hide oneself away from or to dodge. 躲 And that was all for today.